Right. Thank you. It's very nice to be here. I came all the way from the Netherlands today. So, let's talk about sexual diversity. I'm pretty sure that for everyone here, this is a subject that we all feel pretty comfortable talking about. But for a lot of people, it is actually a very scary subject. And it's not something that they necessarily feel comfortable to openly talk about. Yet this is exactly what we try to do with MindMix. I'm co-owner of MindMix. What we try to do is we go to high schools throughout the country, and through theatrical plays, this is an example of one of our plays, and several workshops, we try to open up the conversation about sexual diversity. Now, education on sexual diversity is not mandatory in high schools, unfortunately. And there are there aren't really any clear guidelines on how to do it. So basically, a lot of it comes down to the initiative and the skills of the teachers involved. This might not be a problem, but research has shown us that teachers are actually very hesitant and actually quite scared to even touch the subject. That can be because they're scared of the reactions of their students, or simply that they really just don't know how to start the conversation and what to say. And also, unfortunately, although most teachers have the best intentions, some themselves are quite uninformed about this subject. For instance, we still encounter teachers that tell us, wow, it's really great what you guys are doing. We don't actually have any gay students in our school, but still, you know, keep up the good work. Just to show you that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. But we from MindMix, the owners of MindMix, all women by the way, we are all social psychologists. And one thing that we firmly believe through years of education, years of research, is that we are all, up to some extent, we are all prejudiced. That might come as a shock for some people. I only have 6 minutes, so I don't have time to fight with you now. I welcome you to fight with me later. But up to some extent, we are all prejudiced. Even though we don't want to be, even though we probably don't realize it because a lot of it works on a subconscious level, we are. And that is because prejudice is a consequence of several automatic processes in our brains. For instance, it's natural for us to form groups. We're people, we form groups, that's what we do. And therefore it's also natural for us to put other people into groups. That can be you're part of my group, but it can also be you're part of that group. And when it comes to other groups, we can be wary or maybe even scared of people from other groups, of groups that we don't really know, that we're not familiar with. Now, even in this day and age, the entire LGBT community is, unfortunately for a lot of people, one of those groups that is viewed as an unfamiliar, therefore scary group. When we first started doing our work in schools, when we started talking to kids, we were quite baffled by some of the misconceptions that they have about being gay, for instance. For instance, being gay, first off, apparently when you're gay, you're male. You spend most of your day dancing around wearing pink or leather. You basically want to have sex with every other gay person within your reach. Just to give a few examples, this might sound extreme, but these are some of the things that we actually hear in schools. Now, it's very easy and maybe tempting to put this off as these kids just trying to be funny, trying to be ignorant on purpose. But really, when you start talking to them, when you start to get into the subject, you learn that for a lot of these kids, the only time, the media coverage of the gay pride, for example, on TV, is the only way for them, the only time they ever encounter gay people. Or at least that's what they think. That's a very important point. It's the only time they encounter gay people as far as they're aware of. So really, although for us it's quite hard to understand, it's something that they've learned somehow. And because they don't really ever seriously talk about it, because they don't really think about it, those really bizarre viewpoints, they remain unchanged. So that is exactly the main point of, the main goal of MindMix. We talk to the students, and together with them, we try to actively discover where these ideas, these misconceptions come from. So we never really judge them for anything they say, and they can, believe me, they can say quite offensive stuff. We never judge them. We together with them, we try to see where those viewpoints are coming from. That is what we do, that's the way we work, and that's the way we're gonna work up until the day when our work isn't needed anymore, when everybody can be themselves and no one is judged. And honest to God, I may be out of a job, but I hope that day will come soon. So thank you very much for being here. Have a good day.